What is going on, everybody? Thank you for joining the ChakaVerse today. We're going to be talking with, we got Dream QC, Snake. We're going to be talking about Tough Lions, Hype Hogs, and possibly more projects that they're involved with. I'm excited to have these guys on. I've been following their projects. I'm an investor in their projects. Really great artwork all around. So thank you for joining. Don't forget to hit that like button. Kind of pushes us up in the algorithm, get more people to watch this video. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring up our guests today. We have Mr. Dream QC and Snake. Let me go ahead and fix this. What's up, guys?
How's it going, man?
Oh, chilling. Thank you guys for joining today.
Thanks, man. Thanks for inviting us. Thanks for having us out here. I know it's been, you invited us. It took a bit of time to get it that we both could, but I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to do it with you and with Snake as well. So thanks for the chance.
Yeah, awesome. So would you guys mind start off with Dream and then down to Snake? Do a small introduction of yourselves and then what projects you're involved in, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm Dream QC. I'm from Quebec, Canada. 26 years old. I'm in crypto and NFT since crypto probably like 2 years, NFT probably like a year or so. And I started working really like with a team with the Tough Lions because I was following the artist from CDC. And yeah, I've been enrolled in there and I really enjoy it since. And I started launching my project also. And I'm just in love with the Crow fam and NFT overall, but Crow fam is awesome. So
Yeah.
that's about me. I have the BADCroBatz as secondary project for me, and I have the Degens with Snake. So this is what we have going on at the moment.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Snake.
So, Snake, or full name's a Snake named Ponce de Leon. Easier to call me Snake usually. So I got into crypto, started reading about it probably in the excitement that was November of last year, and then I got money in probably January this year. Kind of cut my teeth on the Harmony network. I was always on Kronos, but I used to have more on Harmony. Kind of moved off them. I mean, I lucked out and I got off the network mostly just before that hack. They got hit with a $100 million hack a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
so that was brutal. It depegged the USDC on their one, so that was a rough one. But I still have a lot of good friends there. The only communities that I've found that rival Kronos are on Harmony. So I've only been really into the Kronos NFT scene for the last maybe 3 months, really hard into it. Tough Lions was the first project I was a mod for on Kronos. I was a mod in a couple ones in Harmony. And then, yeah, as Dream mentioned, we just launched our own project called the Degenerated NFTs. So that's kind of been our other focus outside of Tough Lions.
Awesome, man. So I got the Tough Lions Twitter up. Let me go ahead and pull that up really quick. Would you guys mind going through Tough Lions a little bit, telling us about this project?
Yeah, definitely. So the Tough Lions, they launched about 2 months ago, if I'm not wrong, and we went out in actually about 32 hours. It was 1,111 collection, and it's been amazing ride. The people in the mint, at the beginning on the mint, it was going crazy. Some guy minted like 100 of them, and then
Wow.
this like kind of started selling to good price to the community just to onboard more people. So it was really a fun ride. The community, as we are a smaller group, we are only, I mean, now it's better with the Hogs, but with the Lions, people had so many of them that we had only 250 holders. So we were not like spreading all over Twitter, but the community we had and we have now is just so tight and like solid that it's enough for us. In the Discord, if someone even I think it was Snake or Xavier that had something going on with his car, and someone else was like a mechanic guy, and he said, "I'm gonna repair that," and it's just a tight community. And the artist, basically, I need to give him some credits because he can't be here. He's not talking English. He's Thai. He just types some English.
Oh,
It's Zap7. Yeah, he is actually a young boy from Thailand, called Zap7 on Twitter and CDC and everywhere. And he started with Demon Kids and Baby Dragons on CDC, and before that, a collection on OpenSea, and then Tough Lions. And for the Lions, he do a lot of crazy stuff. He did the Hogs first of all. and then you have items going on soon and stuff that we're gonna go back a bit after. But basically, the roadmap 2.0, the first roadmap is completed. Roadmap 2.0 is now out since like this morning. We have big things coming for the mint also. I mean, I can't announce it because it's a space. It's a good space to talk about it, and I love to give some alpha. But we're gonna have a price change in the mint. It's gonna drop a bit, and then 15% of the mint volume gonna go directly in the royalties pool.
So that's exclusive
So
news, by the way. That hasn't been announced anywhere yet.
Oh, you guys
exactly,
heard it here first.
Yep, first
yeah,
before even
exactly.
the Discord. So
Awesome, man.
And
Awesome.
and yeah, we have the royalties that are set up. Basically, it's for both collections. So if you own a lion or if you own a hog, you get royalties from both collection. It's 50% that we take and that we redistribute in the pool every week. And on top of that, like I said, we're gonna add 15% from the mint volume now. And Zap just like to give also. So sometimes you have like big sales going, and he's like, "Oh, cool! I'm gonna give 500 more crow." And it's really like it's a
and
good. Sorry, go on, Snake.
I was going to say the royalties actually weren't even something that was announced in the first roadmap. That was actually an additional bonus that Zap and Dream were able to secure for the community. And
Nice.
same with the lottery tab, and on the lottery as well. So it's 250 crow to enter, 5 entries to start it. Winner gets 200 crow, and then the remaining 50 goes mostly into the royalties pool as well.
Oh, cool. So, and how often are the lotteries done?
I think we've done around a dozen to 15 so far. Usually when there's like an event, like we had a couple weeks ago, we had a weekend where the Hogs were a special discounted price, so for 24 hours. So we had a lot of hype, we had a lot of activity that day, and so I think we had 2 or 3 lotteries run that day. So it's usually when there's like something going on or something exciting, or somebody like posts about it in the Discord and it's like, "Hey, 2 more people for the lottery." Then you'll pull somebody out from that usually.
Oh, that's cool, man. So you guys do most of your like giveaways or stuff like that. Do you do it in the Discord mainly?
Mostly Twitter.
Twitter?
Yeah, it's Twitter. Basically, honestly, if you guys don't follow the Tough Lions yet, just go give it a follow and keep an eye on the wall. A lot of the community members started by winning one because Zap is just you have a big art and he give almost every day. If you don't have a giveaway going on Twitter, you feel bad. So every day you find a new reason to have a giveaway. So he's like, okay, we have a new announcement. Here's a hug for you. Okay, we have this going on. Here's a lion for
So
you.
kind
Oh,
of on
this.
that note, I'll give you an
Yeah.
anecdotal that I had 1 or 2. I think I had 3 or 4 actually was minted, but I was following the account, and they had like a Twitter giveaway for like win another NFT, and I was like, sweet, I'll enter it, and I won. And then I opened up my wallet, and it wasn't any just NFT. They gifted me the rank 1. So that's how I came to
Wow.
the rank 1 because it was through one of the giveaways that Zap had going on the Twitter. So he's very, I can attest to it, he's a very giving guy.
Damn, he gave away rank 1 on the Twitter. That's awesome.
And didn't announce it was going to be rank 1, just said it was going to be an NFT. I would have had no expectations it was going to be anywhere near that. So
That is awesome. So I know about the lions a little bit. I actually have a few lion NFTs. The hogs, I do have some hogs because they were dropped to the lion holders, I believe, right? That's
Yeah.
can we talk about the hogs a little bit?
Yeah, so the Hogs basically, because every collection Zap do, the collection have a side collection which is like the pets. He wanted to do the same. So the Hogs are the pets of the lions, and they're also the mounts. So you can, I mean, wait, I'm gonna come back at it, but yeah, so the Hogs are the pets, and they are just they are like the side collection of the lions, but they are a 3,333 items collection, so it's bigger than the lions. So the goal with it was to have more holders coming in the family with it, and also because we do the airdrop 1-1 lions to hug, so we have still 2,000 to mint and stuff. And yeah, so they are the pets. So far, the minting is going very well. We've seen a bit of a drop on the mint since we are not anymore in the main drop collection on Ibizus, but it's still going good. And with the news I said earlier, it's going to be crazy because the last special mint we did, we got like 300 mint in 24 hours or something.
Oh wow.
So it honestly it was crazy, and everyone was posting their new mint, and everyone was just so happy. And actually, there's 2 super rare hidden in the collection, and in the special mint there, someone minted it. It's someone from the, I think it was like a new holder, and actually he sold it, I mean traded it for a value of 2,900 US dollars to the biggest holder of the collection. She was offering everything to get it, and she got it. And yeah, it's just another, the community is just so good that this guy got the first one and he was like, I need more Hogs, and the girl was like, I need this Hog. So they just traded, and it's
Yeah,
really
actually, no,
lovely
too. I
stuff.
think he traded exclusively the return were other Hogs and Lions. He wasn't just trading it for cash or other NFTs. It was exclusively for more Hogs and Lions that he made the trade for.
Yeah, exactly. And he
Wow.
got, I think, 50 Hogs and like 4 Lions or something. It's a value of, she calculated 2,900 US, and I was just amazed. It doesn't even took 10 minutes that he was minted that someone was offering him this much. So I mean, for the future of it, it's just big. You can't go back, you can't go under it. So now it's there. Um, and yeah, for the Uggs, other than that, I can talk about the items now. Basically, we have big items coming for the Lions because this is another thing that Zap like to do, and I
If
really
you go to
find
the Twitter,
amazing.
there'll be some posted there.
Oh yeah, that's true. And yeah, you're gonna have some items for Uggs and for Lions, and some that are usable together. There's 4 items to start with. I'm gonna do a short, overview of them. Blue crystal will let you the chance to fuse 2 Hogs. So if you mint a Hog and you're like, those wings and those horns are pretty sick, but I would like this background and this mount, you take this item, and then you can fuse your 2 Hog together, and then this become a new NFT that is a unique NFT, and you don't burn the Hogs. So those Hogs are still usable, and you still own them, but the combination itself is burnt. So nobody can do this mix ever again. So this is going to be a big thing, and you can really tell him, like this trait is better, and those horns will be like nicer, and it will do it like you want. So it's a lot of work. So the items will be limited, but at least it's there, and it's really a good add-on.
So this item right here, how would you get this? How would you get the bluestone?
It's gonna be on the CDC basically. I know not everyone use it. It's understandable,
Uh-huh.
but the reason is with CDC you can control the workflow. So you can, if you have, because basically it takes sometime like 2 or 3 days to
Each of these,
actually.
merges or combinations are a brand new art piece he has to come up with, and he has to create and go back and forth with you. So he doesn't want to have like 1,100 out at once, and all of a sudden you're the 1,100th mint, and you're waiting 6 months to a year to see him. So that
Yeah, that's
you got to control the flow and control how many out at one time, and kind of allow us to see what the interest is as well before we overload him. We run his doors down.
that's
Exactly.
really interesting. That's really different. I mean, so you get this blue crystal, and you can merge your NFTs together,
And so
Exactly.
and you have you can actually say what you like to emphasize on it. That's really cool.
Exactly. That's a big thing, and he did it before. So people that follow him, not for this collection, but people that follow him since CDC, they will know what I talk about from the baby dragons and the demon kids, because you could fuse them, and that's actually how I got one of my favorite NFT ever. This NFT has zero utilities. The one on CDC that I had before the dragon, it's just an NFT there. Like it's not a big collection, anything, but I got my 2 favorite dragon. I fused them together, and I got something just crazy. So being able to do this with the Uggs is, for me, it's incredible.
If you go to the image
Uh,
beside the orange crystal there in the middle bottom, kind of shows what we're talking about a little better.
exactly.
Oh yeah, cool.
And so
So
Dream kind of just had another teaser word there was fusion. And so anyone that does follow Zap from his previous collection, that's what the purple crystal's for. And so the fusion it's not so much a fusion in this run, it's my understanding. It's more of a
Awakening, they call it.
awakening is what he's calling it, evolution. So what this is going to allow is like Zap had the demon kids, and you could demonize the dragons before. The purple crystal will allow you to turn your lion into a demon version of that lion. Which I don't know if we have any like even silhouette teasers out of yet, but essentially, if you've seen or if you follow Zap from before, you kind of saw what the demon versions were. That's what this will do. That's actually just a regular lion there.
oh, that's a regular island with just like
Yeah.
demon
Yeah.
style wings. Okay, cool.
Exactly. But yeah, the demon ones, basically, they're gonna have like more detailed like horns and stuff. They're gonna have crazy big wings with because basically what he do is the awakening ones because for fusing Hogs, it's just fusing Hogs, so it takes less time and it's less hard. But for the demon version, it's really an end round new. I mean, not new because you take your lion, but every trade on it gonna be end round by him to make it, like a new demon version. So you're gonna add some maybe some scars, some like little oranges coming here, like ivory and stuff. You're gonna make it look more like dark style. And this is also going to be a brand new NFT. And you still keep your lion, but you have this new one. And the most interesting thing to me is that you can get a demon version of your Hogs or of the lions. And if you get, two crystal, and then you make a demon version of your Hogs and then a demon version of your lion, you can actually make them ride each other like you will, because there's another item after that for the saddle. But yeah, if you get the demon of a version and a demon of the lion, you can make them ride. You can make the lion ride the hog. If you get fusion of two hog, you can make it still be ride by the lion. So those NFT are still usable for the
And Dream,
older.
question for you, Dream, before you get too far, are the hogs also demonizable?
Yes, this is going to be also very nice. But yeah, those are the crystals, man. It's a big thing. It's to me it's nice because you get more involved, in the universe of the
Oh,
creatures
that
that you
orange
want.
flame there, if you click that one.
Click the
Yeah,
orange
click
frame.
that pixel there. That'll be the, there you go.
Exactly.
Oh
So
yeah, cool.
this is nice, man. And there should be a saddle somewhere also on Twitter.
Yeah, if you go to the media, there'll be, I think one of the most recent ones, if you go to the media tab, is it kind of shows a summary of the third generation and also the saddle. So what the saddle will allow you to do is take your favorite hog or your favorite demon hog or your favorite fused hog, take your favorite lion, same kind of thing, and you'll actually get a rideable version of it. So you'll have your lion riding your hog at whatever combination you pick. And so that combination, as Dream touched upon earlier, is actually that white one there, the white frames there, those pictures are the what I was thinking of. And so
Oh yeah,
so
this is
that
the
you can see the bottom one there. That's what will look like when you combine your hog and your lion together. Is you'll actually get that third NFT, which is now a rideable, or your hog rather riding the hog, or your lion riding the hog rather.
mhm,
That's cool. And also the saddles will be you can get through CDC also.
exactly. And there's also a triple saddle. Triple saddle, like you see up there, basically it's gonna be for a Twitter banner. So you're gonna get it as an NFT, but you're also gonna get the long version for Twitter, so you can use it for the banner. And it's gonna be the same type of way, but with 3 lions and 3 hogs. So it's gonna be kind of badass to have them like grouped together and all those crazy stuff.
That is really cool. And is Zap doing all this himself? Does he have any help?
He do it all alone. And honestly, this guy, I'm not sure if you want me to say his age, but he's a young boy. He's like around my age also. He's not like a 40 years old man that I've only, that is done with his job and stuff. He's working. He is actually learning also stuff like a big session of, I don't remember exactly. And then he's also doing this. So he's doing a lot. And what you're looking at right now is the third collection. This is basically, the airdrop that we did for the Hogs.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same. 1-1 airdrop for the third collection. So if you have 10 lion, you get 10 of those amazing creature. Those are now called the Hogs Evolution, if I'm not wrong. And
Evolution hogs.
yeah, and those guys basically they're gonna be it's just part kind of the story, but it's like if the Uggs would have slowly learned to grow and to evolve and then to become some type of creature like the lions. So he kept some of the traits from lions and from the Uggs, and he added some new one like the plague
Yeah,
backs.
Zap always likes to have he always builds his NFTs, even if it's not necessarily like a written posted story anywhere. He always has a story in his head for what each NFT is and how they represent and react to the universe. And so, yeah, his thoughts were essentially you could almost think that there was before the lions, there would have been hype hog versions of the lions. They evolved into the lions, and that's kind of the same evolutionary process that you're seeing between the hogs and this evolutionary hog.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. So besides the airdrops, and that's already awesome utility that you're getting you already get a one one-to-one airdrop for the holding at Tough Lions. You get the Hype Hogs, and from the Hype Hogs, you're going to get the Evolution Hogs. What other utilities do the holders get for holding the NFTs?
There's the royalties. At first, that is, I know it's now more common, but it's still good. And the fact that he always find new way to put, more funds in the pool is also nice. Because I know collection that have royalties, and I don't remove anything to anyone, but they just give royalties, and at some point, royalties it end up fading because you can't have the same volume every week. You can't always have the same income. So you need new ways to innovate and add new funds in the pool, because otherwise it's a useless utility. But the way it work is like now for the mint, like I announced earlier, you're gonna take 15% from every mint when we're gonna change the price, which is Wednesday, I think. And basically, you're gonna add 15% of all the volume in the pool. And then after that third collection, the royalty is gonna be also linked. We're gonna make a new contract, and we're gonna integrate the royalties to the same pool. So it's always gonna have new stuff to add value to this utility. So this is, it's another good thing in my opinion, because he always try to give more.
We're also
Yeah,
working Oh, sorry there. We're also working on community nights. So holders only poker tournaments and stuff that are engaged for our holders that are for either NFTs that we're giving out or that are donated for a collaboration, etc. But for reasons you want to hold a lion outside of just being a part of the community and the royalties. And honestly, and the one-to-one airdrops are incredible.
nice. Where do you guys do the poker tournaments on Discord?
So it's a website. I can't remember off the top of my head. There's a couple other projects that I've seen do it really successfully, where you just have 5 minute. The ante goes up, pretty much doubles every 5 minutes. So you start with 10,000, but by an hour in, the buy-ins are 8,000. So it usually goes about an hour and a half. It's not a super quick game, but you're not dedicating a lot of time to the poker, which is nice.
Nice.
And yeah, it's just tables of 8, so it can be as many people as end up joining, and they just get put in the tables, and it's all free, which is nice. I'll have to pull up the name of it again because I can't remember off the top of my head here.
I think I might know which one you're talking about. And if you guys are ever down to do a live poker tournament on the channel, let me know. Hit me up. We can make put it all on screen.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, so you also wanted to talk about the degenerated NFTs, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a Dream and I's new project. We launched about 2.5 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now. It's relatively new. Time is so hard to keep track of in the crypto sphere, I swear. But yeah, so the generated NFTs isn't necessarily a project in and of itself. The goal behind that's a community hub. So we help to be like a central hub for multiple projects. So right now we have 3 projects that are live and purchasable, 2 that are going to be mintable in the next. One's going to be mintable probably in the next week or 2. One's probably a couple months away. We actually onboarded our first non-founder artist. So we have other artists have joined. The idea is that not everyone knows how to run a Discord. Not everyone wants to do that side of it. Not everyone wants to have the Twitter and all that kind of stuff. But it's almost required in today's world for NFTs and whatnot to at least get your name out there. And so the goal is to bring on talented artists and people that maybe just don't want to or don't know how to deal with building a community. It's to be part of our hub. And so it's a bunch of really different styled artists. Dream and I are using AI. So the degenerated is kind of a play on the words of degen and generated. And that logo actually was completely generated by the AI bot. And so our third artist isn't. It's crazy. You can have words generated out of the AI. It's an incredible bot that we're using for these. And so Dream's behind 2 of the projects, the creatures and the baby monsters. I'm doing the Crotech Frontier and Frontier Friends stuff. And then our first artist that we onboarded is named Sergio. He's from Argentina. And he's doing a couple of CDC collections that are really unique because each one comes with a hand-painted glass lamp that he'll physically mail you. Wow. And so there's only about 245 of those that are up there right now. Not all of them are even for sale, so I'm not sure how many are actually live. But he's got a really unique utility behind it. And he's a really nice guy, really great guy to work with. He's done a couple of collabs with us already for cross-promotion within the projects and whatnot. And so the goal is essentially to try and get bunch of people that are maybe into different art styles that would never even see someone's art style into one place and kind of share that among everybody and just be a central hub for people to kind of join and feel like they're a part of without having to be in 6 different Discords and try and coordinate it all. We only have one general chat for example, right? We only have the main hub, so that everyone's in the same place for all the general stuff. We really try and encourage just that, get everybody together in one place and have a good time.
Nice. Do you guys do any type of vetting when you're bringing these other projects on? Talk to them before you actually bring them in?
Yeah, we're very selective with who we want to bring in. Even Sergio, we weren't sure about at first. He's not like an AI artist, which originally was going to be only AI artist. But when we got talking to him and he talked about the class lamps and whatnot, it was really cool to see what he was doing. And when we looked at the CDC as well, like he was criminally undervalued and underrated. Like nobody was looking at his project. Didn't really. I mean, he has a Twitter, but it wasn't dedicated to it. And so since then, I think he's already. I don't want to. He's already made a lot more than he had before he joined us, just because of that exposure that he wasn't getting before. So it was really nice to see. Yeah, we're definitely not going to bring on anybody. There's going to have to be a few requirements. And Dream and I are kind of still discussing between us what we want to have is like the minimum mandates, because we don't want to wall out anybody who's just doesn't have like we don't require like views or Twitter followers, because we want new people, but we also want to make sure that they're going to make sense for the long term and they're not just going to I hate to use the term, but they're not going to rug, or they're not going to just vanish on people. They're going to fall through. Like, do they have a plan? What is the plan for the NFTs? If it's just art, that's fine, but is that up front kind of thing? And make sure that, I mean, personally, I've been involved in more rugs than I care to talk about. So I definitely want to make sure it's like a safe space and that we're not, it's on us ultimately if anything happens. So I want to really make sure that we're careful about that.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, a vetting system and talking to them and seeing what they're all about and their future and what they're working on. That's a awesome way to do it. Now, these 3 projects, you said they are. You were saying, are they all mintable and ready right now?
So, Baby Monsters is the one I'll let Dream talk about. That's kind of his baby.
So yeah, the baby monsters. Basically, the base of it was some of my drawing, and ended up mixing them in the AI, and now it's like AI is crazy. Basically, it's like learning kind of from us, and it can like evolve in the style we do. So the more you do something, the more it
What?
kind of get better, and the more you also learn how to use it. And the results are just incredible. Basically, for the moment, the one you are seeing are wallpapers. Actually, now we just see it as a square because it's I think his profile picture. But I started with the small side collection that are wallpaper on CDC, and the utility is that you get the wallpaper. That's it, and it's just it's gonna be like a limited run, and those people will have benefit for the main collections. So it's just like a preview and to see how the public react and to have feedbacks. But the main collection will be on Chronos. It will be minting within about a week or two. I didn't confirm the platform yet for the minting because I got 2 really, really cool offers, and I'm just debating the best for the long term, basically. And yeah, so this is going to be main collection. It's going to be probably a 333 items collection at first, but there's going to be after, oh, this is a nice wallpaper. And yeah, like it's going to be a small collection, but after that, it's going to have other side collection that will add to it, a bit like lions, Hogs, and stuff. And first utility will be royalties, and then second will be to have basically we're gonna have funds from the hub, the Degens. We're gonna buy some of NFTs in other project and stuff. We're gonna do giveaways and like Snake talked earlier. We're gonna have poker night probably for the Degens also and stuff like that. So it's gonna be just to make some type of fun vibe that, like you said, bring people together that might not even be in the same type of stuff. Like one of our older is also a modern lion, but he's named Kahuna, and he really liked the little robot that Snake is doing. So he bought a crap ton. But then after that, he seen the things I was doing, and then he was like, I want to type a demon of those. And it's nice to see people just interacting and being like, oh, this is not my type, but this is cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So this is all done. Correct me if I'm wrong. You said it by an AI.
yeah,
This
exactly.
looks. Look at the detail on this. It's pretty amazing. The small little furs and the water driplets and the reflection of the eyes. That's awesome. If it's done by an AI, that's really cool. And how does it learn? So you started off one way and it just learns what your style is.
Yeah, kinda. And it's a big AI, and usually, basically, I'm gonna put it simple. It take a big PC to run that usually. So those guys have a server. and you just they have like a server that you can go and type the comments, and they host like the big server for you. So usually it's, it can take up to an hour sometimes to get a good result, like the first one, and then you need to do variant and stuff. But once you learn it, and once you start doing some, the AI gonna kind of, after I did a couple one, the glossy eyes, it started being
Mhm.
like automatic. And for Snake, like the little robot, they start being really having like their own shape. And so it kind of just adapt to your style, but you have to enter like some sentence, and there's like some sort of code that you can put, and it changed the result and stuff. So it's really a big learning process, and it took us maybe 2000 try before having the first good one. But now it's just crazy what we can get out of it. And like you said, the texture, the eyes, the fur, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean the this one right here, like the liquid and the shininess from the reflection of whatever the liquid, the water, it looks like it's really cool looking. It really looks really good.
yeah, it's really unique, the AI too, because most AIs you'll come across, it's the prompt. You put in a sentence, and that's kind of the extent of it. But this one has a couple reasons it's really unique. Is one, the prompts can be like they want them to be really long-winded and varied prompts. Like their motto is like anything that's left unsaid is up to the AI. So if you don't specify it, it's going to be randomized. And so you can really go like 3 to 4 sentences describing a scene. A baby rock monster on a cliff in front of some larger rock monsters during a nicely lit sun with a nice depth of field in 4K. And then on top of that, you can add commands to the bot, which I haven't seen before, where there's actually like different commands to resize the output of the images, to enhance like the definition of them, to add certain things. There's even a no command, so you can have it avoid certain things if it's generating something you don't want. You can just add a certain command to avoid that thing, and it'll do its best not to bring that topic back up anymore. And then on top of that, when it generates, you get 4 to pick from, and you can actually run subsequent generations on the original images. And so that's where it's huge, because I mean, some of these that you're looking at are probably hundreds of generations deep off of the original prompt, because you'll find something that you like. You're like, okay, that one there, the water is really great, but the monster doesn't look. I mean, this one's not, the original one. Monster doesn't look very good, and the background doesn't make any sense. It's a solid brown background. Generation. Oh, the background's kind of like a desert now, and the monster's a little better, but it's not great. Do your favorite of those next 4, and then the favorite of the next 4, and you can keep doing those, but it bases off of the image before it, which is hard to find in AI. And so that's how you can get these ones that really come out like this one, where they're really clean, they're really pristine. You look at the water, you look at how the reflection of the guy under the water looks like he shifted like it would looking at him through water. Like, it's incredible the results you can get. And considering it's AI, like, it really does pick up your style. It kind of starts to do what you're expecting it in earlier generations. I mean, some of these will still take, a lot. In the first 3 weeks I've been on it, I think I've done over 7,000 generations now of images. And so there's a lot that goes behind it. There's a lot of, just figuring out what codes work best, what works for you, and what your style is. It's super addicting, because you can literally put anything.
Oh yeah, I bet.
It's your imagination is the extent of the limit to it. And it's weird because, like, even their user manual, which is one of the only user manuals I've ever recommended reading, because it goes into these codes and stuff. But they're like, yeah, like, what works great? Really esoteric stuff, like a strong sense of self. How does an AI handle a request like a strong sense of self? Like, amazingly, that blows me away that that's something they recommend using, or like visions of the future. It does really well. I'm like, how did you program that to do like something like that? You can't just like Google search images and put compile the best ones together into your AI. If you're putting things like that, like, has a strong sense of what tomorrow is going to hold. Like, I don't even know what that means.
That is very interesting, man. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Yeah, and so if you go back to the Degen page, if you look at the creatures of the Crotech ones, that's the other 2 art projects that are using the AI right now. So Sergio is a hand-drawn artist, but they're even the display picture and the banner. Those are both from the AI. And so you can see, like, it's really cool that you can get. I mean, the banners are exactly Twitter size, so you can control the exact height and width of the pixels that you want in it. You can control the definition, so there's all the way up to like the wallpaper, like the highest one is crazy, and that's one of those ones where you mentioned like can take like an hour to generate the upscale of. But then when you get it, you see the results. You're like, it's totally worth what comes out, right? So those are the 4 I released earlier today. But so those ones there, all the same. Like they all have the same like prompt. Like the majority of the prompt's the same. It's just a couple things will change. Like the bottom left one was the addition was made of bone, was what I added to my regular prompt, and that's what they came out with, right?
And it looks so realistic, man.
It's crazy. And I was like one of the first generations for that one too. It did that one really well because this is a more recent prompt. Bottom right one was probably a dozen generations that made a fire, and you get a whole bunch of results out of that. So you get some really cool stuff just trying different things. Once you find your base idea, and once the AI kind of knows what you're doing, just adding a word or two to the prompts, you can get wildly different results than you were getting before.
That is really neat, man. That is very interesting.
It's a really, really cool program and platform. It's really addicting.
Oh, I bet I would sit there for hours and hours and hours. Like you said, you're doing thousands of iterations of
yeah.
That's really cool.
Crazy.
Sometimes we spend hours just sending, some version, and then we're like, yeah, this thing should be like that, and try this, and then we start again, and we just do this for like a really long time. But
Yeah,
it's
we'll go
crazy.
back and
Just
forth.
look at, yeah, and just look at this black one. Like it's one of the recently released, and bro, the detail and just the style of it, like standing and stuff, it's just incredible, man.
I was just talking to a buddy the other day, and we were there. There are some projects out there where it's just all utility, and which is fine, cool, all utility. But I was telling him, man, I hope that people don't forget about the art of an NFT. That's so big. The art, if you're going to hold something, you want something to look at, and it's just like, wow, look at this thing. And you guys got the art down. They look really great. What are the utilities for these ones? This is the Crotech Frontier and Friends.
Yeah, so these are the initial runs. So these are the Frontier Friends, is what I'm calling this run. And so these ones are on CDC right now. And for these ones, the utility is going to be a 1-to-1 of the mainnet Chronos launch. It's a couple months away still. And so that one, you probably have to go to some of the very, very early tweets to find stuff from the Crotech Frontier, as I've been posting a lot of the Frontier Friends. There's actually a cool video of the AI. It's very sped up, that one. But that's actually the AI generating the initial 4 to pick from. And so you can really see it starts from that and how it fills everything in. It's kind of wild to see. And so that's a very sped up one. But it's cool that you've got that option to see it as well, that you can. It's like, again, it's a code you can add to the prompt. You can actually put a specific code to produce the video of this out of it afterwards.
So you said it's super sped up. How long does this take? How long does this process take?
So the initial like variants, which are when it gives you these 4, are usually pretty quick. Usually the variants, depending on the workload of the bot at the time, because like you said, you're kind of renting out server space to use their bot inside of your own like computer. And so it depends on if it's like how busy it is, but usually the variants are relatively quick. I'd say 30 seconds to a couple minutes at most of the time. It's when you go to upscale these. So you have an option to turn one of these into an upscaled image, and that's when you get that really nice final, single image. And that's where it can take quite a while sometimes, because that's where it's really making that image from kind of a rough look to those clear, pristine ones. And again, sometimes it's very quick. If it's, depending on the image too, if it's a relatively simple image, basic background with just an image in it, those are usually quicker. Where if it's something like, say, the top right one, where there's a lot of stuff going on in the background, there's a lot of things it has to change the focus on, that might take a little longer. And it's all server side dependent. Like the servers, if they're slow, and it's just your wait. You can queue up to 13 images. So you can have a queue going, which is nicer if it is slow, and kind of just leave it and let it do its thing. But yeah, that's where it can take, potentially up to an hour for a single upscale, depending on the image in the server.
So you said these are right here. These 4 are different variants of
the same prompt. Yeah.
The same prompt.
So this is actually what it gave me. So when I put in the prompt, these are the 4 I could pick from. So each of these 4, I can go and upscale them individually, or I can run another generation based off that one as the first one. So if I took that top right one, the next 4 would all be in the same kind of position, but it would then run the AI again with like a dark colored robot in front of those explosions, and then it would give me 4 more options, and I could then take one of those 4 and run the variant or upscale it.
Oh, I see. Wow, that is. I don't even know what to say. That's really cool.
It's really cool, and it allows you to do. It's how we were able to produce some of these. Really, I mean, that one there was from Sunset. That one was, I mean, Dream will tell you, I was working on it for probably a week to get like a good looking sunset background where both the lighting looked good and the mech looked good, and they made sense within each other. That was a really hard one just to get. And then once you get it, though, and it kind of knows what you're looking for, the next time you do something similar, the sunset, like a much quicker kind of it gets that lighting that you're going for with a backlit, but it's still kind of dark on the bottom and stuff. So once it kind of understands what you're upscaling, I think that's how it does it. Is when you're upscaling images, it kind of recognizes, oh, he's done this one, he likes these things about it, however that AI works in the background, and we'll attempt to do that again on the next one.
That's cool. I'm getting so sidetracked on the art. So what was your what was the utility?
Yeah, so the main one is the Crotech Frontier, and so like I said, that's probably one of the first few tweets. Most of them are going to be on that, and so that's going to be a much more story-driven project.
Okay.
So the way it's working, because these are all true one of ones, and you don't really have the regular trait mints that you kind of expect to see. They're going to be really one of ones. You're not going to have anything else that looks like yours in both the baby monsters or any of these AI projects, really. And so it's a little different where neither Dream or I are going to approach it like that. For myself, the Crotech Frontier is being told as a story, and each NFT is going to come, instead of a trace, it's going to come with like 2 to 3 sentence paragraph describing the moment. So I'm calling mine a snapshot in time. And so throughout that, the idea is that the community has to come together, because the paragraphs are going to have very little info on like time and date and location, but you're going to be able to put it together if you have other NFTs and you put the pieces together. So it's going to be a community has to come together to put the actual story start to finish together, but it's all going to be told through these snapshots in time. And so everyone that holds one of these Frontier Friends, every 3 you hold, you get a custom banner or wallpaper. So I've already made, I think, 5 of those, which is amazing, some of the support we've got already. And they also are a one-to-one airdrop of that Crotech Frontier run when that comes. And that's a much more like serious kind of, not adult necessarily, but like the art is much less like kiddie. Like these are the friends, right? They're kind of just the fun initial project. But the art for that one's going to be, again, with the AI. And I'm actually really excited because I've been doing a lot of writing for that and working on these. I haven't been doing as many images for the Crotech Frontier yet. And where I was when I was doing those when I started to where these ones are coming out now is night and day. Like I'm really excited to go back to that with this new skill set kind of in it, because now they're going to be like, some of them before were really good, but these next ones that are going to come out are going to be just this kind of next level quality.
Man, it literally looks like somebody put like a little toy robot right there and took a photo of it with it looks real. That looks real right there.
It's wild, the AI, like the outputs, like blows anything else I personally have come across out of the water.
Huh. Yeah, true. And like you said, sometimes it takes like an hour to get when it's like super HD or 4K, and it's like with the fire in the background and something, it can take up to like half an hour or an hour, and that's the first prompt. And then if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but you need to do it again. So sometimes it's like half an hour you get one. Sometimes it's 4 hours later I get the one I want. So that's why, like you said, it's not like other collection. I don't even think it's been done on Chronos. I know on CDC, yes, on other like on OpenSea, yeah. On Chronos, I not sure I've seen a collection like a unique PFP with no traits, no ranking, no all of that. If yes, I mean shout out to them. If not, we coming. And with the style that we have, I'm sure that they're gonna still sell out, and people are gonna be they're not gonna want to sell it. And like you said earlier, and I'm happy that you said it, the art is important. And we said in a space we did this week, last week, and basically I mean it's important to have something that you want to own, not only something that like you want to flip or take royalties from. Because if you never have something that you like, you're gonna lose the fun and the real part of it, and you're gonna be angry when a collection don't bring you something you want. So I see some collection amazing, and they come out and the art is crazy, and then people are like, when royalties and that, like they sell everything on their floor and they get mad and they leave. But it wasn't even premise or something, and people are just, there's no utility. But you buy an art, the roadmap is there is an art. Don't ask for more. If there's more, I'm really happy. If there's not, if the roadmap is an art, be happy with it. Like we're gonna have some utilities, but we are not over promising anything, and we just want people to want more and to enjoy their little creature or like the robot that is gonna do.
And I've seen people selling their real paintings as NFTs there with no utilities. There are collectors out there who still enjoy the art, but a utility of getting the next generation of NFTs dropped is a big utility if the art is this good. I think that's cool. Really cool.
Yeah, and that's the exciting thing too. Is the feedback we've been getting from the community has been honestly, I think, blown both Dream and myself away. Is how much support and just encouragement we've gotten for it, and the stuff we're putting out. People seem to love. I mean, it's hard not to love the AI in general. The arts is that it's incredible. But they really seem to love what we've been doing with the community and stuff, and the idea of not splitting up the discords and having all these things be separate, just having that one kind of central place to have all these. So all of these projects, like I said, are housed under the same one. And so you've got two very different art styles and two totally unique concepts in the same place. And you're getting the eyes of either onto each other that way.
Yeah, real quick, let me just say what's up to Tim Shea in the chat, McPuffins, Tex Bez, and Doc Hunt. Thank you guys all for showing up. Appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. So where can, if they're interested in purchasing one of these NFTs, it's on chronos.com/ or crypto.com/NFT, correct?
Yeah.
How do they find your collection?
Best way, I mean, so right now, if you're just on the website, you have to do the search. You can search either Frontier Friends or for Dreams right now. So the Baby Monsters, I think it's Baby Monsters WP. And he also has the Creatures. And you have to make sure you change it from collectibles to collection. It's kind of the top is the settings. If you go to that, then they'll show up. They won't show up because like the collectibles are like it's the first one that loads in when you do a search. And so those will always not show non-curated artists. We've actually have been inquiring with CDC to become a curated artist. It's a bit of a process. We need a lot of followers on Twitter first. And so we're kind of working on that still. But then otherwise, if you're looking for the direct links, all the links to all the different projects are in our Discord server. We have a channel for that. So the easiest way is just to join the Discord or to pop into the Degenerated NFT Twitter. We have the links to all the other Twitter accounts that way. And we've got a Discord link in that as well.
Nice. I didn't see that you guys had the crypto.com link right here. I didn't even see that. That's cool. Takes you right there.
Trying to make it as easy for people to buy them.
Yeah. And so, Dream, you were just talking about, what was the previous project, the monster one?
Baby Monster.
Baby Monsters. And so it was the Creatures we haven't touched on yet.
Yeah. The Creature, basically, you can go see. This is my smaller project. It was more, I just like the dark type of art, and I have some depression phase and stuff that I've been through and stuff, and I just like to image the bad creatures also, not only the cute little baby monsters. So I started doing those with the AI as well, and those are 100% AI. And I have, if you scroll down, I have some crazy result recently that came out, and people, like Snake said, people are just reacting so good to them.
Yeah, the faces you've been putting out, those ones there, the faces that
these ones right here.
Out, yeah. Ooh.
Those are AI also?
Exactly. And like, this is a super long sentence in the prompt and a lot of code that Snake helped me going through. And also basically the base of it was the boogeyman, the story. Yeah. So basically it was just from this with a long sentence explaining what I wanted in like 3 hours. And this one came out, and it took a lot of time, but it's crazy. This one is just amazing. I put it out, and 3 minutes after, it was sold.
Let me just catch up to the chat. I've seen some people jumped in. Ratchy82, love the art, boys. Keep up the great work. Clean NFTs.
Oh, this is a whale.
He's a whale. Tim Shea, what's up? Racket Club, what up? What up? And they're saying hi to each other. If you guys just jumped in, the AI on these gentlemen here are using some sort of AI to create. Let me just go back and show really quick, if you haven't seen, like something like this that is created with AI that they've been talking about. So I mean, if you missed it, rewind it, watch this video. We'll probably show some more here in a little bit, but it's very interesting that these are being produced by AI. That's really cool. Is there any more is this one of the creatures?
Yeah, that was the one it was so good that I might have scooped that off the floor as soon as you posted it.
Yes, you bought it.
It's Deadpool. Honestly, how could I not?
It's a crazy one. But yeah, I did some that are less like PFP. They are more just cool creature. But now I started doing more again of the creatures one, really like as PFP. Those are really nice. The skeletons, we have like the skeletons gang, and everyone that buy one just show them on Twitter, and it's pretty cool. I have another one coming probably tomorrow. But yeah, those are very nicely. It look real, like it's crazy.
So, what are the utilities of the creatures NFTs?
Those one are just 100% art. So the people buying them are just buying them for the arts. I'm still doing, giveaways and stuff. And then when I'm gonna hit a certain selling point, I'm gonna start doing like giveaways of crow within the holders and stuff from the pool, basically. So
Yeah.
yeah, they are just arts, and they are just going beside the monsters. And honestly, I just wanted to do a couple ones. People been just buying them instantly, so I decided to do more of them with more different variant. And then people started asking, "Can you do something in this type?" And it's just nice to see what came out of people idea through the AI after a couple hours, and it's amazing.
Yeah, we have Tim Shea in the chat says so. It's like techno art, is what
Yeah,
how he's perceiving it. And that's really cool to check out the AIs being used to make NFTs. That's really neat. And the prices, are they all the same price?
yeah, for basically the creatures, all $10 on CDC.
Mhm.
You can pay in Crow or in USD or in a couple of others. The baby monsters wallpaper, the side collection also $10. And if I'm not wrong, Snake for the
Yeah.
Frontier.
Frontier Friends are also $10.
That is a very fair price for the. I mean, look, $10 for something like this.
These ones will be different because they're Chronos, but I think or Dream, you're still thinking.
Uh, yeah, but this one actually is from the CDC collection, from the wallpaper one. It's Clean NFT that commented the way he bought it. And but yeah, the one that will be on Chronos, it's true they're gonna be 150 crew, and basically 25 crew of each mint will go straight back in the royalties pool.
Would you mind? I have my boy Racket Club. He has an NFT collection coming out. It looks really great. But he asked, "How do you guys create AI generated art?" We did talk about it, but anyway, you could just do like a quick version. Let him know how it's done.
Yeah,
Uh,
so the program we're using is kind of unique because of the subsequent generations that you can run off it. So it's very prompt heavy as well. You can really take the more you describe, the better. Essentially, it says like anything that's unsaid is randomized, is the way they word it. So you can really have like really fine tuned paragraph long prompts that go into it, and on top of that, they have code behind it, so you can actually insert certain codes to get the different sizes, like the wallpapers that the Dream showing here, or the Twitter banners, for example. And you can get different like outputs of definition for it. There's a whole bunch of stuff within the code. You can have the code weigh certain prompts or certain parts of the prompt more heavily. So that's stuff Dream and I have more recently been playing with. So you can have like 3 sentences in that prompt, but you can have code behind each sentence that will tell the AI that this is more important, weigh this one twice as much as this one, half as much as that one, whatever you put into the code. And then after that, once it produces, you get 4 images. You can run subsequent generations, and I think that's one of the other big reasons this one is as good as it is. Because out of those 4, there's one you like, or it's not perfect, but you like it, or there's something about it you like. You can take that image and run another generation of 4 off that with the same prompt, and you can do that endlessly. So, I mean, some of these that you've seen are potentially hundreds of generations in, but then you get results like if you look at the explosion there, like it looks like an explosion. It's unbelievable that that's AI generated. You can have text prompts appear, so you can actually have words show up in the output that it's doing. You can have point of view shots, like I was playing around with kind of early on. You can really have it do anything depending on the prompt. Once you kind of get a hang for what your kind of core of your prompt is. I know for myself and likely Dream, most of these are going to be 85% is the same prompt. And then it's that 15% between them that you get the generations and the variants of these ones, right?
That is, thank you for explaining that for him. These are just very good quality, man. They look really nice.
Yeah, and it's unique. It's really unique too because for me at least, like So I have all these, creative visions in my head, and then something dies along the way in the arm, and to the hand, it just comes out like, crayon drawing at best. And so it's been a really nice outlet to like be able to have visual art come out of like the ideas and the prompts, and be able to like put that creativity, in a way I've never been able to use it before, and really kind of run with it that way. So I personally am like in love with it.
Yeah, is this Baby Monsters here? Is that also another project for you guys, or is this another collab?
So
The
that's
baby monsters there is this is the collection you just seen earlier. It's one of
Oh,
them from the Chronos.
oh, okay. And
Yeah,
BADCroBatz, is that also that's also something you came up with?
yeah, that's also me. I have a
Yeah.
problem. uh, I just like making art, but those are end drawn. Basically, if you wanna just have a quick look, I know it's been like an hour, but
Yeah, the bats are
uh,
actually drawn by Dream. So those ones aren't AI. That's actually Dream's hand-drawn project. The bats that you can pick up.
Oh, okay. Let's check out the. Oh, I've seen these. Yes, 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 yes. I've seen the BADCroBatz.
honestly, I really like those. It was done on my iPad with Apple Pencil, and those are just the Gen 1. I started doing really more detailed traits and stuff, and really more, the it looked more with the depth and all that. But those were the Gen 1. They are on CDC also, and it was 222 items actually, and I still have a couple of ones to release. And I just
Are
onboarded. Sorry, go on.
are there any utilities with the BADCroBatz?
So those one will get you also a airdrop of the Gen 2, and then Gen 2 they will have some royalties. I'm planning also, depending on I need to talk to my dev, but I want to have some type of game, not like like a 2D version game, but this is for later. And there's
Okay.
also other stuff that will come along with it, but it's still on the working for the roadmap. But we have a couple big, project that want to work with me. And I'm probably gonna mint them on Upswap, which is also for me it's amazing because I really like Upswap. I think it's a serious team, and I like the launchpad that they're gonna come up with. So yeah.
Nice. You two are very busy. Are there any chances of in the future getting a AI generated BADCroBat?
I
Are those possible?
I did some tries, even for the collab that I did, with my other collection for to bring people from one to another. I tried some stuff, but I need to try more because so far they come out too much like my baby monsters with the ice and stuff because I did
Uh,
too much baby monsters. So, but I have some ideas for a prompt that will look more like my ones because you can start from an something that you have drawn or
mhm.
something that you have on your PC or something like that. So I will try to base it from there and then to add some type of crazy prompt. But yeah,
And
it's
it's funny you
doable.
mentioned that too, because actually just earlier today, Dream and I were chatting, and I was saying I'm actually working on a couple generations of Frontier Friends with a bat theme for a collab that we are going to do. So definitely keep an eye out for that because there are some bat Frontier Friends coming, some of those mech friends.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, so they're still being worked on. Haven't got any kind of thing I'm totally set on yet, but you're going to see one of those in the very near future for the bats.
Yeah.
If nobody's picked this one up, I've seen this in there. I'm gonna grab that bone one. I'm gonna have, that will look very nice in my wallet.
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool. The variants and the fact that, like I said, these are all mostly the same prompt. There's maybe one, especially these more recent ones. I've been playing around with some other prompts and to get better. Like those four there, there's a difference of exactly one word between those four. Like each of them has one word different in the prompt. Everything else in that prompt is the exact same.
Wow. And if you just joined, you miss quite a bit. They were talking about the artist of the Tough Lions, or one of the artists is Zap. What's his full?
Top 7.
Zap
Yeah.
7 here, and which I did. I did have a live stream, and I was talking about the Tough Lions and the Hype Hogs, and then I didn't know that Zap 7. He said he doesn't speak English that well. I kind of
Yeah.
was like, hey, Zap 7, I want to have you on here and talk about this. I want to talk
I think
about your
personally, I
talk
think his
about
English
your
is fine. He just doesn't think he speaks English that well, which is the thing.
art.
And so we didn't want to pressure him to doing any space or anything. He also has full like the reason he brought Dream and Xavier, myself, and Kahuna and Tukum, the other mods on was because he's usually just doing the art. He's usually got, he'll respond in the Discord. Usually, Dream likes to say when you give him a compliment, he'll usually see him pop in and reply. He's always appreciative of hearing people like his art. But other than that, he's usually pretty heads down, and he's kind of just, constantly. All of a sudden, we just get a thing like this where you're like, oh my god, look at that banner, right? Kind of post things like that or updates like that in the Discord. But the big news that Dream kind of let slip here, exclusive news for here, is that the mint price is going to change on the Hogs on Wednesday. It's going to go from 275 to 175.
So get them while you can. Is it? Will it rise again? The mint price rise again, or is this a limited time
It's
thing?
going down. Sorry, we're actually decreasing the mint price for the final. Where we at? I think we're at around 60% minted right now. So the final kind of run. Again, Zap would rather. He wants to get going with the evolution Hogs, so he'd rather just bring in more people and get that hype going. And again, he's not really super greedy guy. So on top of the price going from 275 to 175, 15% of all of the mints, not just the resales, are going to go to the royalty pool as well.
Awesome, man. That's great. And what's the time? Are these out already? These the blue crystals and the purple crystals?
Tree, when are they coming out? They're not out yet, but they're very, very soon.
Yeah, so basically the roadmap officially came out. I mean, it was ready since like a day or two, but it was making all the translation. And this honestly, the EE is really dedicated because it honestly take like 2 days to make it all translated. So it's a lot of work. But props to him, he got it. And he said that about a week from now, we should see some items appearing. And then after that, you're gonna start releasing, some preview and stuff of the results. So
Nice.
within like a week, I will get ready and get some Crow in my CC account because oh yeah, I forgot to say. Basically, I should check, but I don't have the exact price with me. But some of them will be sold straight, and some of them will be on auctions because basically, if I'm not wrong, the ones that are like fusion of Hogs, like I said, it's not like all a new NFT. Yes, but it's not all end drawn again. It's like mixed, so it's less art. So probably those will have a fixed price. And I don't want to say anything that isn't sure, but I think the saddle ones will be an auction. So those will be hot to get, and it's gonna be really, really worth it. They're gonna have a lot of them, still limited, but it's gonna have a ton. So you're gonna still do it for a long time. You're gonna be able to get one for a long time, but it's gonna be hard to get them.
Nice.
Oh, this is the rare. This is the ultra rare one that came
So
out during
that's
the
the one that
special.
went for the equivalent of nearly $3,000 USD. This 10 minutes after it was minted. That's one of the two super legendaries.
Oh wow.
And it's been minted during the special price, so at like 150 or something.
Yeah,
That's
he
awesome.
minted it for 150. He sold it 10 minutes later. And again, he didn't actually sell it. He traded it for 50 hogs and 4 lions. So he kept it within the community, but he traded that for a $2,900 US equivalent in 10 minutes after minting it. So that's how badly that community member wanted that hog and was ready to offer that up. First off, had that much to offer up, and then was happy to give it up for that super rare. I don't think that will ever move wallets.
Well, guys, I really appreciate you jumping on here, giving me an hour of your time to come on here, and it didn't even feel like an hour. This actually felt like 10 minutes. It flew by fairly quickly. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we sign out? Anything else that you missed? And because every time I sign off, I'm always like, oh man, I should have talked about that. So I just wanted to.
If we think of something else, we'll just have to have us back on another time.
Oh, and you guys are always welcome because with all this going on, I'd love to have you back on and talk about the progress of all these projects and see how they're going, further down the line. You guys are always welcome. Just hit me up. You guys know how to get a hold of me.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. It was a very enjoyable time.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And it was great. I think we mentioned most things. The best thing I will say is I don't do pressure selling, but for everyone looking right now and everyone that will look, check the page, check the art, look at the description, look at the information in the Discord. We don't like for the creature, it's just an art, but we don't hide it. It's all in the Discord. Every information are there. We have like a different section for every collection, and people can see everything. They can ask questions. They can interact with the community. And
say
honestly,
hi to Sergio, right? Are there artists for us?
Yeah, true. Also, and like Snake said, the community it's been not a long time, but it's so strong already, and we have maybe 150 people in Discord, in like 2 weeks. But those people always interact with each other, and some one of the whale, he was about to buy another one of the baby monster wallpaper, and he just remembered that someone bought one of my creature that is like I just joke about it, but it's like the dad of it, and he said, you should buy it. And then the other guy was like, thanks for telling me, and he bought it before him. But it's nice to see them communicating and just interacting. And even myself, someone said, Kahuna told me, check this robot is, you wanted a black and orange one, and I just bought it right away.
Well,
That's
also do,
awesome.
Dream kind of reminded me, actually, thank you. We do Discord exclusive drops because some of these do sell out so quickly for us, and our community has been as strong as it is. We'll do drops that aren't posted anywhere but the Discord. I think both Dream and I have done it a couple times, and both times it doesn't make it to 10 minutes past the announcement that they're still there. So if you're interested in the art, if you like any of the art styles too, they're posted there first. So it's always a good place to kind of keep an eye on.
Cool. And there are links to the Twitters and the Discord in the description here. So if you guys are interested, check it out. Get in there. And also the poker night. I'd love to check that out too. Get in there and play some poker.
For sure.
Cool.
Perfect.
Awesome, guys. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Like I said, you're welcome to come back anytime. Everybody in the chat, thank you. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. And gentlemen, I appreciate you guys. You guys all have a good one.
Thank you so much, brother. Have a good one.
Night, guys.